Aloha and welcome to this module on open source software. I'm really excited about this module. I think it's one of the best and most important modules of the whole semester for you. Why is that? It's because I think being a student in computer science gives you an unparalleled opportunity to participate in the open source community, and that's one of the things that can most enhance your future career prospects, be it going to graduate school or getting a job in the commercial workforce. Once you're working in the commercial workforce, a lot of your work is going to be proprietary, and your ability to contribute to open source software might be restricted to nights or weekends. That's a lot more difficult to do. So now is your time, okay? And what I'm going to try to communicate to you in this module is how to effectively contribute to open source software systems and build an open source software community so that actually the work that you do is going to really pay back for you in the future personally, and hopefully you'll build some things that other people can benefit from and so be of service to the overall technology community. So what we're going to do in this module is basically three things. You're going to learn about licensing, which is very important in order to have open source software actually achieve its goals. You're going to learn about what I call the three prime directives, which are basically requirements that enable an open source project to actually have life and progress and be useful over time. It's not just like you put something on GitHub and all of a sudden it's open source and that's great. I mean, there's a lot of kind of dead projects, zombie projects, and the three prime directives are ways that you can kind of work to lower the risk that you're going to come up with some zombie project that's of benefit to nobody. Finally, working in the open source community means having to ask for help and provide guidance to others who are not in the next desk over from you, but perhaps scattered across the whole world. And so there's a lot of community etiquette that's grown up around how to participate in discussion forums in an efficient and effective manner. And so we're gonna basically figure out or discuss how to ask questions the smart way. And you're going to find actually that is really going to help your ability to succeed in all the other classes that you take at the university. Being able to ask questions in a smart way means you're more likely to get an answer that's helpful to you, and you're more likely to get that answer more quickly. And part of it means doing a little bit of homework, in the kind of the figurative sense, before you actually ask the question, to enable those people who are reading your question to respond to it. So we got a whole bunch of readings. I put together a little screencast on the history of open source, which I find quite interesting. Hopefully you will too. A reading on understanding open source licenses and a little web app on how to choose it. Then this essay by Eric Raymond, How to Ask Questions the Smart Way. It's kind of a classic one in the field. And my little essay on the three prime directives. And then this is an optional reading called The Cathedral and the Bazaar, also by Eric Raymond, and is just a kind of a real benchmark seminal work in the open source community, and actually led to the Mozilla, the Netscape browser being open source, which was quite a big deal at the time. There's three experiential learning experiences for this, basically all connected to the learning outcomes. One is find an open source software project and see if it conforms to the prime directives. You're going to go to Stack Overflow and find a posting that has a smart question and find a posting that has a not so smart question and try to see if the answers reflect that. And then also you'll talk about your open source licenses that you want to pick for the work that you're doing. And then I will assess all of these essays with respect to your understanding. Okay, if we go to the schedule page, what you can see is it's this first and second week of September. You'll be doing this in conjunction with the JavaScript 2 module. You have a week to do it, just like all the other modules, and the three experiences are due right in the middle of the week. But you don't have to wait that long. I would kind of get started as soon as possible, but since you will be splitting your time between JavaScript and open source software, you'll have to do a little bit of time sharing, swapping. Okay, so that's open source software. I think you'll really enjoy this. I hope that it enables you to get more out of your education as a computer scientist here by creating artifacts that other people use, benefit from, and that will reflect really well on you.